Good morning people, it's Tuesday because Monday was bank holiday. The strimmer is out and I've been doing some maintenance, some site maintenance. I've cut all the grass and I've cut all this grass, and I think you'll agree it looks much better if a bit scragged. But never mind, I let it go too long. Just let it grow too long. But it's okay. It'll come back again. I got halfway through my tidying up when Keith turned up and kidnapped me to change his oil tank because he's got a burst oil tank, and he had a plinth for the new one put in over the weekend. And so we're going up there now, and I'm going to show you what we're doing. I will get back here one day. This strimmer, this Honda engined 4-stroke Honda engined strimmer is a amazing piece of kit. It really is. It's so lovely to use. Starts so easily, runs well. It's a wonderful thing. Right, okay, I shall bring you back when we're up at Keith's. Bye now. And here's the old tank, folks, coming out because we're pretty sure it was leaking, and that looks certainly like it was leaking. And there's the old boiler, no offence, and we're going to go around there, through the wall, along there, and to the new tank, which is just over the fence on the new plinth. So that's going to be wonderful. Right, we're going to get this old tank out now, and I'll bring you back in a minute. Gone. And it's gone. You can see that the oil's been leaking there, and we've got a lot of collapsing there. Here's Keith. And we've just had a look at the tank, the bottom of the tank, and you can see that it's been failing all the way down here. This is where the leak is here. So it's an X-tank. Right.
Bereft of life, it rusts in peace.
Bereft of life, it rusts in peace. Exactly. There's the oil line, and we're on. I'll bring you back when we've done it. Bye now. Okay folks, there we go. The new oil line is running. Goes out there. Goes down that corner. Across a piece of wood. To the new tank. So that's that job finished, and it's a good thing because it's Tuesday and it's 5 o'clock, and that means I'm going home. Catch you all tomorrow. Bye now. Good morning people. It's Wednesday, and today's job is to change that bearing in the top there for that one in that nice white box and that tin. So I'm going to set you up somewhere, and then we're going to crack on with it and get it done. Okay, see you later. And there we are folks, we're in. It's just a matter of getting this bearing to come out now. There is a method, because this is a flanged bearing. I'm going to try tapping 2 Stanley knife blades, one in either side, just to see if I can generate a gap underneath it. Because once I've done that, once I've got a gap, I can easily get it out. So that's what I'm going to do here. A couple of Stanley knife blades and a very gentle tap tap tap, and see what happens. Okay, I'll bring you back if it works. And there you go folks, it's lifting it. I'm going to carry on gently tapping all the way around and see how far I can get. If I can get far enough to get a decent sized lever underneath it at either side, always when you're taking bearings out, always pull them equally as you can. Never lever one side then the other, just get 2 levers and lever gently and evenly to get the bearings out. But that's gone under, so we're getting there. Alright, bring you back in a minute. Go folks, she's lifted, so it's coming out one way or another. It's coming out. I didn't think it was tight on the centre, but it must have been tighter than I thought it was, because I can't lift the centre out. I thought I'd be able to virtually easily lift this out, but anyway, it's lifting now, so we can get something larger underneath it to put some more leverage on, maybe even another standard blade tapped in underneath the first ones. Let's see how it goes. Right, carrying on. There she goes, folks, she's halfway out. If I had 2 of these bars, I'd be bloody dangerous. Look at that, that is such a perfect lever. And I'm having to do what I hate doing, and that's do one side and then do the other side. But as you can see, that the standard blades, although they were sacrificial, they've started it moving. Right, folks, she's out. As you can see, I took the splash guard off because it was easy. You can get nearer to the machine that way. Right, now then, I'm going to try and show you this damage on this bearing, if I can get it in the right light. Can you see it there? Lots of little pecker tracks, which are actually rust, where water has sat in the bearing. It must have been, the guy said it had been stood in the shed for a long time. It was a building that he took over to use as a warehouse, and it was among some junk there. And I did say, ooh, was there anything else in the engineering line? And he said, no mate, I'm afraid not. But you can see the tracks on there that caused this bearing to rumble loudly, and you can also see the rust damage to the underside. I cleaned off as much as I dare, and I thought this is going to be a very expensive bearing. I'll see if I can get away with it, and of course the answer was I couldn't. There's lots of damage. There's marks on the rollers as well, but I'm sure you're not interested in looking at little rust marks on rollers. And the result of that is that when you use the higher speeds, it just rumbles and roars, and it's not very nice at all. So I was pleasantly surprised to find that the bearing was only 180 quid, rather than 400 or 500, which some of them can be. And flange bearings are a bit bad to get hold of. But anyway, I've got one, and now I'm going to fit it. So there you go. So I'll bring you back when it's in. Bye now. And there we are, folks, new bearing back in. Right, I'm just going to pack some more grease in there, and I'm going to adjust it. And I shall clean all the old grease out just in case it's contaminated. But I think it'll be absolutely fine. I tried to get away with that bearing, but just no way. When you put it in the higher speeds, it was awfully noisy, so I thought, no, that's no good. So out it came, and in went the new one, before Richard comes on Friday to use it. So not only have we got through a job that's been sitting on the back burner for ages, it's also going to get used straight away. So there you go, we're all oiled up. We've got the oil in the primary gearbox, oil in the vertical head. So next thing I'm going to do is put the lamp on there and see how that goes. Right, I'm going to tit about now, adjusting this bearing, getting it bedded right in, and then just pack a bit more grease in. It's got a grease nipple on the outside, of course, so it gets plenty of grease. And then I shall move on to the lamp, fitting the lamp onto the Lovo light unit, and I'll see what voltage the Lovo light is while I'm in there. Right, catch you in a minute. Bye now. And there she is, folks, all back together. The adjustment on the bearing on the top nut, I don't know, I can't find anywhere, but I used the rule of thumb rule that we used to use with car taper roller wheel bearings, and that is you tighten it up until it won't tighten anymore, until all the bearings are in contact with the races. Then you back it off the equivalent of one flat of the nut. Well, this is a round nut with a peg spanner that fits in it, so that's exactly what I've done, taking it back one flat, and it seems absolutely fine. It's thoroughly packed with grease, and I shall put a bit more into the grease nipple now, just to make sure it's full. And that is the job done, and it's gone a lot better than I thought it would. Certainly getting those standard blades tapped in underneath the flange was the magic. That's what started it moving, and once it was moving, I must admit it came out quite quickly. There wasn't any problem at all, really. So it's a bit of gasket, look. Right, so that job's done. I shall now move on to fitting the Lovo light. So I'll bring you back when I've got something interesting to show you on that. Bye now. Well, that's it, I've got that bit on and connected up. So what I have to find out now is if I can get a 25 volt AC LED. But other than that, we've got some coolant in. There was some coolant in, but the water had evaporated, so I've nicked the coolant out of the lathe for now and just banged it in here. I tried to get a gallon last week, but I failed because the guy I thought stocked it didn't. So there you go. So we're about ready to go. So I'm now going to put the splash guard back on, and that's the job finished. I might just lift the, I'll probably just lift the arbor and the vertical, the horizontal arbor and the horizontal whatever that thing's called, the long bolt that goes through there. You know what I mean. I made loads of them. It just escapes me at the moment. In fact, there was another one somewhere as well. Right, I shall give it a clean down, but first I'm going to put the splash guard back on, and then we're about ready for Richard to come on Friday. Okay, bring you back in a bit. Right folks, that's it. Covers are back on. We're all ready for Friday when Richard comes, and I'm off to York. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye now. Good morning people, it's Thursday, it's almost 12 o'clock, and the light is looking better by the minute. I really like the way that's looking. I painted it white inside yesterday. Now I've got to work out how to possibly put a 25 volt LED light in it. Now I was doing some research last night and I found out that most LEDs that are designed to run on 12 volts will run anywhere from 6 volts to 25 volts. Some even more. So there's a possibility for a start. But I've also got lots of little plug-in halogen bulbs which are 12 volt, and I figured that if I could put two of those in there together it would give us a very nice bright light, and it might work. So I'm going to do an experiment later on. Richard's had to cancel today because his lift was out on the booze last night and he's not feeling very well, so that's cancelled for today. So the first thing I'm doing, as usual, is having a tidy up, and it's coming on pretty well. It's coming on pretty well. The bench is appearing from the under the mountain of tuck, and there we go. So I shall carry on with that, and I shall bring you back when I get to actually doing some work. I have got, now Richard's not coming, I can get on with some other stuff. I've got this to repair. I've got possibly two 12 volt bulbs to piggyback for my lamp over there. I've got that to finish, which means putting a flex on with an earth on it, and then putting this switch on which turned up. And I've got various other jobs to get on with as well. So when I finish tidying up, I'll bring you back and we'll do some of those. Okay, bye now. So here we have the first job, people. I've already had a go at soldering it. As you can see, it's made out of monkey metal. It's a spelter or a zinc based casting, done up to look like, well, done up to look like brass, but it's not even. It's horrid. It won't solder. I mean, you can sort of get, you can almost solder to this brass plating, but there's no brass plating left in the middle bit, so it's no good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece of steel to fit in there to go all the way around, and then I'm going to create a body filler sandwich with using the chop mat resin, really hard body filler, and squeeze it in there, and we'll call that good. Okay, bye for now. There we go folks, it refused all attempts to solder it, so it's got a piece of plate underneath with the thread screwed through, a big washer and some plastic padding, good old David's isopon. So job's fixed, I'm just putting it back together. And the next job is turning to crap, because while that was drying I started trying to put this piece of Chinese neoprene tube into that hole where it's supposed to fit, and it bloody well doesn't. Never mind. These things are sent to triers. Catch you later. Right folks, another repair completed. This little strimmer, take note of this. This end cap here comes off. Whoop, shit, overbalancing. This end cap here comes off, and it goes straight into the crankcase. And the problem was, it just wouldn't start. I had perfect fuel, perfect spark, wouldn't go. Right, and when I took this cover off, as I was saying, the crankcase was flooded. And I dried the crankcase out, blew it out, and then I put an O-ring around the seal and put it back together, and it started instantly. There was an air leak on this. Now it has a gasket on it, but I've added the O-ring which fitted nicely, little thin O-ring, and now it runs beautifully. So there you go. So beware of that. With these ones with the plastic covered open crankcase, right, you must get an airtight seal, otherwise the engine won't suck fuel up into the cylinder. So there we are, that's the second one done, and thank goodness for that. I hate strimmers. Okay, bye now. Good morning people, it's Friday and we've got an interloper in the workshop. There's a man on the milling machine. Don't break your concentration. There we go. Milling 304 stainless. The fool. Okay, I'll bring you back when we get on with it. Bye now. Here we go, we're just at the decking stage. We've got the ends left to do, and it's looking really good. It's looking really nice. Lovely. Right, ends, and then on to machining. Okay, bye now. And in the meantime folks, I have a cup of tea and a pressure washer, which was given to me by the lady that I took the lamp back to. So yet another job, but she also very generously linked me to a YouTube video of what she probably thinks is wrong with it. So I had a look at that last night, and now we'll pull it to pieces and see if that is the problem. So I'll bring you back in a minute when the lid's off. Bye now. And here's the problem folks. Don't know if you can see in, well you can, actually you can see in there. You see that there is no contact between the carbon brush and the commutator. So it looks like a new set of brushes is in order. So I've just fired the computer up. I'm just going to nip into the office and see if I can get some ordered up. So there you go, simple problem. I wish I could say this is a wonderfully well built machine, but I would be lying. Okay, bye now. And here we go folks, it's all decked apart from the one end, and we thought that rather than spend a long time milling that amount of 304 stainless off, we just take it off with the Rapido. And it's not that Rapido, but it's doing the job. It's sawing away very well, plenty of lubricant, and it's doing okay. We're about more than 3/4 through it now. There you go, what a tool. Bye now. Rapido 1 304 nil. Bye now. Cook a chicken. How's it going?
Pretty good.
Cutting well?
I'm just taking it slow.
Yeah. Watch these, because these are the little needles.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
It's 12 by 0.2.
Yeah. There we go.
A bit of vibration towards the end, but it's just because it's built
If it's cutting, Richard,
it's
it
fine.
doesn't matter.
These devices built up.
Yeah, we've not got a great deal.
These angle plates, from what I've read, people put them on and never use them, and then you lose the
These?
angle bits.
Oh yeah, the swivel base. Yeah.
People
Well,
put them on and never use them.
yeah, you can of course take them off and clamp down, but then we'd have to.
But then you get a big surface area back here. And,
Yeah, we'd have to tram it all up again.
yeah.
But yes, you're right. Well, that's going really well. We're getting there.
2.6 deep now.
2.6 deep.
3.4 to go.
Excellent. Right, okay, there you go folks. Bye now. So here we are. I've fitted the mains lead to the base instead of to the side here. I've joined it out. I've put an earth on here because I'm not happy with this being an unearthed lamp, because it's all metal enclosure and the double insulation on it is pretty poor. So I've fitted an earth. I'm going to heat shrink those, put a piece over the whole lot, heat shrink that, and then just tuck it away in there, and that'll be the job done. I will have a nice light to do some videoing with, because it gives out a lot of light, does this. Richard's getting on with the teen-up very well. It's coming on. We're cutting the 304 stainless steel with a bog standard high-speed steel end mill, and it's cutting it really well. I'll just take you over and show you. Look at my beautiful clean machine, ruined. There we go. Man with clean overalls, safety glasses and vernier calipers in top pocket. A real engineer. Bye now. Last pass folks, last pass. And the cutting oil's even going in the right way, isn't it? It's going that way instead of this way. Sorted.
Hasn't done that all day.
No, it hasn't, has it? Okay.
Keep this in position so in case it's not.
Just in case it's not enough. Right, there you go. Milling machine used in anger for only the 3rd time. Bye now. And there it goes folks. It's in. It's a perfect fit.
Pretty good.
It's a pretty good fit, Richard.
Just
It's
under.
a pretty good fit, and it's just under, which is just what it wants to be. Oh, there's no lift on it, is there?
No, I think I tried to make it good.
Yeah, it's a good fit, that. I like it. Right, next, the hole. Bye now. There we go folks. 5:47. And look at that. What a fit. Teen up made. Time to go home for some tea. Bye now. Folks, that's it. We've had enough. It's 6:15 and we're going home. I'm going to clean all the machines up on Monday. I'll probably do the lathe as well. So, thanks for subscribing, thanks for watching, thanks for having patience, and I'll see you all next week. Bye now.